As well as doing observations on the shop floor, which is something that most of the candidates were happy to go along with, if we could have done it all in that way, taking photographs, for example, we would have done. But unfortunately, there's more to it than that. There's a good deal of knowledge that the people have that is not evident just by taking photographs. So how we get that knowledge out of them was by way of a professional discussion, which is another form of assessment that we used. This involved taking the candidate into a quiet room. Firstly, we would make sure that the candidate had no objection to it being recorded. Recording the professional discussion onto a digital voice recorder enabled us then to quite easily transfer that onto a compact disc that went into the candidate's portfolio.
What's already happened with you and what's going to come up next.
Okay, thank you.
So right, I'm going to start the recording.
As soon as he reached over and switched on the audio microphone button, you could feel the confidence draining. You know, you do question your ability to answer. Your mouth goes dry, and you lose confidence.
So now I'm going to ask you a few more questions just to satisfy the knowledge statements of the unit, the 2 units. So, what do you have to assist you in performing a quality check? So you've got the panel off the line. What do you use to check it? What's the...
Well, we've got various charts to show us. One important one is actually hanging on the line. It shows the stacker exactly what to look for. It also shows like a history of different things that have happened in the past to that particular panel. So there may be 10 points of splits, burrs, holes missing or whatever.
Okay.
But it helps anybody that's not necessarily au fait with working on that line, just to look up, and they'll be able to see what to look for from that picture.
Okay. What else can be used? Is there any measuring instruments?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I found that the things I knew before you pushed that button, I kind of was searching for. You know, it was gone, it was going, you know, so I was grasping at different things. But it was the way that he was asking. He could see this. So every time I was drifting into an area, or if he felt that I was going into open ground, he would sort of gently bring me back in with his questioning.
Can you do a check without these? Is it possible? Is it accurate enough to do a check without these instruments?
Yes, some checking can be done without an instrument, but that is quite important to be able to check for thinning. While stacking, you're able to use the other chart to look for missing holes or burrs or any other defects that might be with the panel, particularly when you're stacking quite fast. You're not able to look at all the minor points.
Okay, so if you have got a problem, say there's a weakness, what happens? Does the line keep running, or?
No, definitely not. If I see the team leader, I'll alert him straight away. If the team leader's not there, I'll press the button and stop the line.
And then what would happen if the team leader's there? What's the general
Well, he'll come and assess
process?
the situation. If it's an obvious split or something like that, he'll stop it and bring in the specialists.
I would say there wasn't actual learning, but mainly the course was just getting out of them what they knew, not actually teaching them. Why is it important to write down the results of the check?
Well, I think it's important to write down the results of the check so other shifts before and after can actually see if anything's coming out of tolerance, if a pattern's forming with regards to any measurements that we've taken. I suppose, in a way, it creates a history of that particular part. Once
the sheet has been filled in and the job's finished, what happens to the sheet? Is it just filed in the bin, or?
No. What actually happens to them is that when a sheet is complete, each complete sheet goes back to the quality department. They then create a history file with all these sheets, and they then issue a new one. So they'll take in an old one and issue you a new one. Right. And at the end of the run, all those sheets come together, and I believe it makes up a history file.
Okay, well done, Roman. You've explained beautifully how you fill in a line monitoring record, very accurate. And now this is going to be placed into your portfolio, your file, and then I'm going to... The portfolio that's kept in the folder primarily keeps the copies of what we call product evidence. They would have a copy of their forklift licence or crane licence. That would keep that all nice and tidy in the folder. Well done. That's the end of the professional discussion.
Thank you very much.